Hello, and welcome to Anti-Hero Gaming and the game of Witchfire, or as I like to call it, Witchfire. Fire. In this video, we will be discussing the hunger in its rarest form. Um, we'll be discussing how I acquire targets, the three ways of aiming, where I aim, and a few other tips and tricks that may help somebody that's struggling with this weapon at the beginning of Witchfire. So if you're brand new to the game, this might help. I am on a mouse and keyboard. I am using a Death Adder V3 Pro, which is a fantastic mouse. It's wireless or wired, your choice. I have aim down sight bound to my right click and fire to my left. I also play with a rather low DPI. Somewhere between 7 and 800. I've been gaming for many years, and I've found that this DPI makes my accuracy much better, and it reduces overcorrection on faster DPIs. It does take a split second of time to acquire a target at a lower DPI, but I'm much more accurate on my first shot without overcorrecting. With that being said, let's go in and I'll show you how I aim. Maybe this will help somebody. New game.
A war rages.
First thing we're going to do is we're going to go into the map and we're going to pray for insight. We're going to look at the site right now, and here's the three things. The first thing you have is the crosshair. The second thing you have is the ADS, and this is static aiming. Like if I do this and start to shoot, that's what I refer to as static ADS. And the third is the mountain. It's this little mountain thingy you see here, which is your sight, just not snapped to. It's not engaged, but it is where you'd be aiming. I use this to acquire targets as well, and I'll explain that. Pray for insight. Okay, here's a Revenant. And taking a look at the Revenant, the top of the Revenant's head is where I'm aiming, and I'll show you that in a second as well. First thing we notice is our crosshair is white. If we get close enough to the enemy, it turns red. That means that we're in range of damage. Static aim, top of the head, and fire. Okay, very simple. We're moving around, we're in the red, static aim, very top of the noggin, fire. And it makes a very distinct pop when you hit the top of the head. You could actually hear it pop. We can acquire our targets with the mountain as well, focusing on the top of the head. As you can see, if I'm coming around looking for a target, I'm already starting to center here, so I have less room or less movement to acquire the top of the head. Let's try that again. Keep it focused on the top of the head. Fire, fire. Okay, that's called static aiming. And you want to keep it on a left and right horizontal plane rather than a vertical. Okay. Now for snap aiming. The center of this is my target. I'm going to engage my zoom very quickly and release it. You can probably hear my mouse button. What that does is it makes the crosshair disappear. It begins to engage the ADS sights on the hunger, as you can see them popping up, the little red above it, like so. And it brings the screen in a little closer. Let's try it. That's how it works. Snap, snap. Let's get my mouse down, my microphone down here. So you can hear the pattern. Okay. That's pretty much how I snap aim to targets. Biggest tip here is to focus on the top of the head, the very top. Okay, sidebar. Before you go into battle, always brew an elixir. There we go. Now I have one elixir to go into battle with. We are now going to go into the actual game and see if we can apply what we've learned. Okay, start new expedition. And during this, it's going to drop us into Sunken Quarter. We're going to be focusing on a couple other things as well as our aim. And the first and foremost thing is to not take any damage, because you want to get as many kills as you can, acquire that Witchfire, and also acquire the soul exposure tool as quick as you can. And you do that by killing enemies and not taking damage. So here we go. We start out in Sunken Quarter. We check our map. We've got some enemies. So we've got a few things we're trying to focus on here in the game. I'm going to do another sidebar here real quick. Don't just run up here and start shooting. You want to make sure that your stamina bar is full. Oh, there's a little brain right there. Let's focus on the top of that head. I have to dash out of there. I've got some arrows coming at me. That's okay. And let's prioritize this musketeer here, because he's going to be a problem. Okay, and we're building up our bar for our stamina. Okay, let's acquire some targets. There's one right here. Should take 3 bullets. Top of the head shots to kill husks at the beginning. Actually 2 if you're real close. Okay, I'm resting up before battle. Static aim. And then snap aim. 2 different styles. Static. And snap. Both are effective. If you have time to static aim, it is a bit easier until you get used to snap aiming. Top of the head. Very top of the head. And we've already built our soul exposure tool. So we can use it now by dashing, shooting the soul, and eliminating the enemy while he's in stagger state. I guess we'll do safe reload. Okay, we've wiped out a faction, and we go ahead and evaluate our ammunition. We're okay, but we should start thinking about heading in a direction of ammunition to fight. And there should be some more up here, and there's some ammo, so let's head this way. Now, I'm not just running around like this. I'm using the top of this crosshair to begin to use my aim. That's where I'm going to pre-acquire targets. That's the other method. Aim high, way up high. See how high I'm aiming? Almost like I'm going to miss him. It's okay if you don't kill them at first. I know they've taken enough damage where all I need is a couple of bullets now and to finish them off. Okay, at this point in the game, you'll probably get a swordsman and maybe another musketeer. And here he comes. And we can just dash and use our soul sigil tool way up high. And at that point, you can use your static aiming technique or your snap. I know these are all melee animals now, so you can almost do what you want. Static, top of the head, and snap, top of the head. Okay. What was that? Was that blood transfer? Yeah. Why not? We're not going to use elixirs in this game because we don't take damage. I don't like to take damage, any damage. Okay, moving right along, let's go ahead and shoot this next faction. Sidebar, the prayers little thing here is now lit up. That means that the hunger is ready to unveil its first Mysterium. I would leave right now if I'm doing a super kind of video. Static aiming sometimes is required. And try to avoid these damn bullets. They're annoying. But you see where the soul sigil exposure comes into play here. You're really going to use it. You don't have to use it, but it makes the game a lot easier. That quick snap is pretty fantastic. Once you get used to it, it is. Really fantastic. Static. If you have time, why not? Okay. Empty of magic. I want out of here. Don't rely on Arcana. It'll let you down every time. Alright, where are we? Okay, so at this point, I would more than likely just leave and go ahead and get my first Mysterium taken care of, because the charged bullets for the hunger are really good. But I think we'll go and wait a minute. Let's go down here and kill a few more using our techniques that we've learned. Once again, the mountain that you see right now, as I'm searching for targets in the distance, this comes in real handy too when you're getting ready to use like one of the rifles, such as the Hailstorm. I can acquire that target from a distance, and once I do, then the aim becomes much easier because I'm already so close to my spot that I want to hit. Let's go down here and fight these, and then we'll get out of here. Rest up, and we have our exposure soul tool readily available. You're going to need to use some cover here. And here I'm going to use some static aiming, top of the head, because he's the only one I'm dicking with right now. So you can use just some static aiming. Get yourself how high I'm aiming. It's very high. And you can use the soul tool to stagger an enemy and then actually fight another one. Static, top of the head. Or snap aiming. Both have the advantages of being in ADS. Okay, well, I'm just going to go home now because I got to go to work. But I wanted to put this little video out here because it certainly will help if you're having trouble with the beginning part of the game. By now, you've acquired, 8, 10, 15,000 WITCHFIRE, whatever, however long you feel like staying in the map. But more importantly, you've satisfied the first mysterium of the hunger. It's a real good idea at this point to head back and to get those charged bullets. The reason for that is this game's going to get very difficult if you stay in this map. It's certainly doable, but you might as well just get the bullets and come back and live another day and keep fighting. Plus you'll have those charged bullets, which is really going to help knock down enemies. So I hope this video helps somebody out there. The technique of static, snap aiming, acquiring targets with the little mountain here. Already it's on his head. And that's going to really help help you get better kills and faster kills. I don't know why I'm still fighting here. I'm going to go home, but I don't feel like it now. Ay, ay, ay. We got some problems in back of us here. See them? Jerk off there. Yeah, we're running out of ammo. I don't feel like going to get more ammo, so we're just going to bail if they let us. This is a good point to be waiting and watching for arrows coming in. See? We might not make it out. It happens. Zing! Alright, hope this video helped. See you guys soon.